So hi everyone, welcome to another video. So it's a bit of a complicated story, this video. I was chatting to the kid with this blue van that I got off, and it was swapping stuff over, wanted to get it to work. That's why the dashboards were wrecked. So he said, I've got the van that I borrowed the stuff for, I've still got it. So I said, all right, had a chit chat and had a word about money and stuff like that, and thought, well, let's have a look at it. So he dropped it off, and this is what we've been left with. So it's white and green. So what do you do with that? Looks a bit sad. Oh God! So it's basically, I'll talk at this. So it's basically been sat about 12, 13 months. The bonnet's rusted underneath. I think we have to change the bonnet, but the doors and the bodywork's reasonably tidy, but it will not start. So the story with this van, you have to stay with me now, is that the engine was stripped down, that was smashed to bits, is the engine originally out of this van. The chap who owned this had a running van with this engine in it, but it was just knackered, it was just worn out. So he eventually put his engine in this van because this one obviously blew up and it was a nice van. So anyway, it will not start. I've tried all sorts. I've recoded the injectors. I've recoded the ECU, so the ECU matches now the injectors. We have a BCM in it that I've had to find that doesn't turn the hazards on and everything else. It seems to work because there's no, when I turn it over, there's no immobilized light flashing. The fuel gauge works. It seems right. The key works because I can lock it with central locking, so that must mean the BCM and that are together. I don't know if we've got an actual ECU fault. We've got fuel rail pressure. We've got a few readings, but I'm not sure what actually. I might have to plug it in this actually blue van, funny enough, to see what fuel rail pressure's on that compared to this. And if it comes to it, everything from that smash motor will fit onto this one. All the fuel rail, fuel pump, all them gubbins, or the sender unit maybe. We'll have to do something. But we'll have a bit of a walk round, shall we? So let me come behind the camera. Feel like a movie maker. Right, let's have a go. So it is. It's a 58 plate. Not looking healthy. There's the ECU. You see that I wrote on there OE1 because I've actually ordered another ECU for this with a BCM. I believed was the right one, but I think I might have just wasted my money. But we'll have to try it. It's a pretty dry engine. It's pretty oiled up, but it should run. It just in the same state as that blue one. It will run without all this stuff connected. I just wanted it start, but this van drove, and this is a weird thing. This van actually drove to its last resting place because the body was shot and the engines were swapped. So I just do not know why it will not run. No, we'll go around it. Everything's in the back from it. Typical, innit? Look, some of that's my stuff. Look at this lot in front of here. Oh my Lord. So, but bodywork wise, it's reasonably well. I mean, look at the state of this. But I'm dying to clean. It might come to a point where we have to clean it up. We've got trims missing there, but I've got a few of them kicking around. There's a little bit of a bow there. It's not your eyes. I just need to gently pop that out there. A nightmare to fix that thin piece of pushed-in plate there. That's an awful bit to fix. It's really flimsy. So I'm hoping I can just tease that out. But yeah, you can see what's happened here, can't you? So this is why it was ripped down for the BCM to swap it. I mean, I've got 3 down there. These are the clocks that came out of it, look. But it wouldn't put the coil light on, glow plug light on. So I thought, well, I'll try some clocks. I've got some with same thing on back. Twin plugged on back. Whether clocks have to be coded to the BCM as well, let me know. You can take the glass off the front of your clocks, by the way. It's not So if you've got a scratch set of clocks, just some of the lugs are different looking. So don't mind, but you could break them off, couldn't you? But I will do that because I've got these clocks in here now, and when I turn it over, well, you'll see. Look, when I turn it over, all it does is just spin over. Watch. So there you go. That's all it's doing. I know we've got a glow plug light on. The worrying part of this is that it did say when I plugged the scanner in, possibly it could be a chipped tooth on flywheel, something chipped tooth on flywheel, so it's knocking it out. I hope that's not the case. I really do. Otherwise, engine out job, and then we're into serious problems, aren't we? I don't want this thing sat here like this, really, because we've got the other one sat in the same position, really, covered up. But that's where we're at with this. Anyone's got any ideas what to check? It's not a bad old van. I think it needs another wing on this side, but you can see it's just spinning over. So this is the next disaster. This is the next disaster. Obviously I'll do bits of videos, and we'll have to either do them in stages, try something in a video, then post it, and or I'll do one video. I'll try to do loads of videos and edit to one video. I don't know. We'll see how we go. If this engine is dead, and it has got a proper electrical fault and we can't get it going, I'm not going to spend loads of money. I just want to use the bits from that smashed engine onto this. If all else fails, we're going to wash this off, and then I'm going to find a car, I think, with an engine in it that's basically rusted out or runs all right, with the seats. I've never done this before, and fit it into this van. I've always wanted to know, can you just swap this engine for something a bit better, that's a bit more reliable, with a bit more horsepower, than keep mapping them and stuff like that. So this could be the van. But if this runs, great. But if not, I think that's what I'm going to do. Try and find a cheap car. And can you do it when you drive at home? Because you know that's what it is. Can we strip a car, a few modifications, and make it run? Honestly, don't know. So let's see how we get on there. So part one of a disaster. The blue van's waiting for a power steering pump, a belt. We need to get an alternator for it because I think it's short, and an EGR blank. We're going to do all that with the front off, then put the front back on it, and we're going to strip the blue van of all its glass, take all the trims off it, all the rear lights off it, all the bumper off the rear, down to the shell. I'm going to repair the bodywork, and then I'm going to paint it back to blue. That's the plan, I think. So that's more work to do.